Hello traders, welcome to the live stream. How is everyone? Hope you're having a good trading week thus far. Guys, we've got lots to do in this live stream. We are going to look at a trade where I took some profit. We're also going to look at a trade that I've just gotten into as well, and we're still in another trade. So we've got 3 trades to show you there. I'm also looking at one other trade, but that hasn't set up yet. So we'll take a look at that as well. What else are we going to do? Yes, very important. You can win a $5,000 funded challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded or E8 Markets. So stay tuned, guys. I will let you know exactly how you can enter that. Right. So yeah, stay around for that, guys. What else are we going to do? We're going to take a quick look at the news. We've had pretty much disappointing PMI data from the euro and the pound. Right, euro, red, more euro, red, pound, red. Right, so nothing but bearish news coming out of the UK and the euro. We haven't seen big moves off the back of that, but my euro pound trade, we did take some profit, and I'll explain exactly why. We've also got this, guys, right? We've got a lot of US dollar data coming out today, right? So if you're in any US dollar pairs, you know, tighten stop losses, maybe take some profit if you can, because this is a lot of news, right? And we've got 3-star rating, 3-star, 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 3-star. You get the idea, right? It is a busy afternoon, evening, or morning in the US. But you know, as per my weekly Forex forecast, guys, please go check it out every Saturday. I'm not interested in US dollar pairs at the moment. Yeah, and I can explain why that is as well. So that is everything. Oh, I forgot. We are going to take as many of your questions as possible as well, guys. All right. So don't be shy. Come say hello, leave a question, and it could be to do. It can have absolutely anything to do with trading, right? It could be strategy, money and risk management, psychology, your trading journey, my trading journey, support and resistance, trend structure, whatever you like. All right. So don't be shy, guys. Come and ask a question. Your questions are my fuel. And that is everything we're going to do, guys. Yeah, before we get started, I also wanted to tell you that we won the quiz again last night. Let me think of a question for you. What is the river that runs? What's the largest river that runs through Portugal? Answers on a postcard. If anyone knows, leave it in the live stream. That was one of the questions. And which country has the most active volcanoes? I know you've tuned in for trading, guys, but these were a couple of questions from the quiz last night. So if anyone knows, please let me know in the live chat. So that is everything, guys. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you? This is like, you know, I like just to tell you things and get things off my chest. Is there anything else? No. Let's get started. So we're going to start with this euro pound trade, guys, right? Because, you know, I spoke to you about this yesterday and I've been in it since Friday of last week. Now, I took some profit. So as you can see, guys, I've been in this trade, right? It eventually broke this level, you know, and it's a really nice sell trade. And just bearish candle, bearish top wicks, you know, everything's telling me it could potentially come lower. Now, if we go to the H4, why did I take some profit early? Well, first of all, guys, I have a saying, and it is don't be a dick for a tick. Right? And that's true, right? How many times have you almost been to target, like 3 or 4 pips away, and then the market goes against you for a day, right? And you're like, I wish I took profit. Okay. But that's one reason. The other reason was the PMI data coming out. So as we know, guys, this H4 was coming down. And yeah, I just took some profit at 0.8616, right? I was only a few pips away from my target, and I closed 80% here, right? And I'm going to let 20% run, potentially down to this 0.86 psychological level. Now, I got out because of this, guys. So if you look at, this. So at 12:55 and 1 o'clock my time, we had all this euro data coming out. So this could have been super bullish. It could have been bearish. We don't know. So I'm not willing to take that risk. But I was literally 4 pips away from my target at about 12:50, right? So I just got out of this trade, took 80% profit, and then let all this news come out. And then I didn't really care what this news did, right? Because I already took in the bulk of my profit. So that was euro pound. We took some profit there. I'm still in Canadian dollar Swiss franc, which, for the want of a better word, is farting about, right? That's a technical term that all us traders use. Dear, laughing at my own jokes again. Very sad. Yeah, farting about, right? It's not done much. Okay. So for the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last 7 lots of 4 hours, the market has done nothing. Right. So yeah, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, I am still in that. What else am I in, guys? Yeah, I got in this today as well. Pound Canadian dollar sells. Now, this area I like. So if we go to the day chart, right? Now, on the day chart, it kind of broke down, and then it's back into a daily uptrend. And it is, right? I'm not disputing that. But what I'm going to show you is this, right? This here is an important area, right? So you've got this last level here and here, guys, okay? So this could be, I think someone will get there. I'm not. So yeah, we've got this last level in here. And the idea is to come back lower. Now, if I show you the week, and this is a head and shoulders pattern, right? So if I show you this shoulder, shoulder, and head, so this has the potential to come back down from this level. Now, what gives me the confidence in that level is a couple of things, right? We had this bearish reaction here at that level. And then if we go to the weekly chart as well, just look at this big weekly bearish candle, right? So again, if we look at the weekly chart, right, this never broke this level, right? It just kept coming back inside one another, right? This came back in here. This candle closed back in here as well. All right. So it never broke that level. Okay. And you've got all of this resistance up here, right, which price has touched and reacted very bearishly. Okay. So if we go to the H4 now, you can also see that we are at a very important level. So if you can see here, guys, price has reacted once, reacted again, come back up and reacted again. So this level is proven to be a good level. We got a reaction. I started entering, stops well out of the way, and the idea is to come back down to here. So yeah, there you go, guys. Pound Canadian dollar. I've literally entered this trade today. And as always, right, if you want all of my trade ideas, guys, right, they're all in here. Okay, so this is the Discord channel. And as you can see, there's my euro pound sell trade, my Canadian dollar Swiss franc trade, and my pound Canadian dollar sell trade, right? And you can see exactly what I did with euro pound. So if you haven't already, then please come and join our Discord channel. All right, come join that, and you can get access to all of this plus much, much more. Just let me show you a couple of things, guys. 1 second. Right, guys. Had to deal with that. Live streaming, anything can happen. So yeah, these are all my trades, guys. But also in here, let me show you this as well. So we've got all of my trade ideas. So if you look at Tom's daily trade setups, this is where I put all of my trade ideas for today. So you can check them out as well. And also, guys, while I think of it, we've got this as well. So every every Sunday, the live stream at 12 noon UK. So this is a free live stream on our Discord, and you can join it, guys, if you're part of our Discord channel. All right, so come join that and the free Discord. Right, let's see. Hello. Let's see who else we've got in. So yeah, let's say hello to a few people now, guys. So they're all the trades that I am in. Hi Luigi, hi Lee, hi Brett. Yeah, live streaming, guys. Hi Nicholas, Tony, S-Zone, Tony, USA. Yeah, okay, so everyone's in. Indonesia is correct, S-Zone. So that has the most live volcanoes. Indonesia, correct, S-Zone. Hi Broda. S-Zone wants to look at pound Canadian dollar. Is it still bullish, Tom? No. So I broke it down there, S-Zone. So take a look at that. Broda's saying yen seems weak. All right, so we can take a look at that as well. So let's have a look at yen. I mean, yen is weak, right? So if we go to the daily chart now, right, if you look at any currency, any yen pairing, right, this is in an uptrend, right? These lows held, right, and we're clearly in this uptrend, right? So euro yen, you pick any of them. Pound yen, right? Yen weakness, yen is flying. Aussie dollar yen, absolutely flying, right? So yen is very weak. But if we go to the indices, right, and we spoke about this correlation yesterday. Now, whatever is happening with the yen, it is not following suit as a flight to safety currency, right? Because you know, the indices are doing this, therefore yen should become strong, right? And we spoke about correlation breaks yesterday. Yeah, and you know, so something's got to give, right? So we'll, you know, if we start breaking, you know, some of these lows and we do get a proper sell-off on the indices, yen will become strong. It will. But these small intradays, you know, selling, buying, selling is not impacting yen at the moment, right? But, you know, generally a sell-off would lead to yen strength, but we're not seeing that on the yen pairs. So yes, the yen pairs are weak. If we go back to Aussie dollar yen, the problem is, you know, if we look at Aussie dollar yen, do you want to start buying up here? Right? You know, the answer is no, there's no value here. We're in an uptrend, but do we want to start buying there? No. Okay, so we need some kind of pullback for us to start looking for any yen pairs. The one trade idea that I did have was New Zealand yen today. And why I prefer this out of all of the others, because firstly, we're in this uptrend, okay, and we broke these highs with this candle right here, okay, so that tells us bullish momentum, okay, when we're still breaking highs, we're creating higher highs, higher lows, you know, there's momentum here. And then if you look at the weekly chart as well, right, we're breaking this key level in here, okay? And then finally on the monthly chart, well, I don't normally go up this high, but because we've just had the month finish, right, the monthly candle, right, January's candle has broken that level as well. So everything's telling us potentially we could come all the way back up to here. There's nothing stopping us in here, right? So yeah, I mean, there's just no value for me at the moment with yen pairs, but New Zealand yen if I have to. Now, if we go to the H4, I have got an entry that I would be interested in. So New Zealand yen was one of my trade ideas for today. If we pull back to this level, right, then I will become interested, right? But I would still put my stop loss, you know, maybe down here, well out of the way. So if we do get a bit of a deeper retrace, I can handle it. But yeah, New Zealand yen buys. I do like those. Right, what else are we looking at? Right, so Daniel's saying there's no US figures today. Oh, okay, because there's due to a partial shutdown. Does the US government do any work? So Daniel's saying these figures will not be coming out today. I mean, I haven't heard that. Yeah, but okay, I'll look into it, guys, and I'll make a little announcement in the VIP if that is the case. But yeah, if those figures do come out, be aware if you're in a US dollar pair. Right, what else are we looking at here? Lee, Tom, is there a video on your channel which speaks more about correlations? Yes, Lee, right? So again, if I go to my VIP Discord here, guys, right? So this is the Discord, right? Let me just show you this while we're here, because we just want to encourage people to come join our community, right? You get trading insight, you've got free Forex education. What else have we got? We've got promotions, we've got challenges, we've got all of my results, premium education, and then we've got the VIP. So if we look at the VIP, now the free Discord is obviously free, but the VIP is paid, right? But under VIP strategies and tutorials, you've got all of this, and these have several videos under each of them. And in managing trades, which is what correlations is about, and trade entries, there will be numerous tutorials on correlations, right? So, you know, come get involved, guys. Check it out. Come join our VIP Discord. Okay. So some people are saying it's just NFPs that's not happening. Maybe some of the other news is. Okay. So I'll look into that, guys. As soon as this live stream finishes, we'll take a look at that. Let me have a quick drink of water. Also, guys, while I have a quick drink of water, if you could please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash that like button. Right, what else we get? So we got one here from Esso. What do you think of the situations with crypto? Again, let's have a look at Bitcoin, right? Because I know a lot of you Bitcoiners, or kryptonites, as I like to call you, you know, Bitcoin is at a crazily important level. And let's really zoom out with Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, as we know, has had a real sell-off. Okay, and this is the weekly chart, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm slightly sweating. I drank a lot of coffee. You know, you have one of them days where you don't need any coffee and you're fine. And then you have other days where you need about 12 liters. I'm having one of those days. I need lots of coffee today. But yeah, Bitcoin, right? We've had a big sell-off. Okay, but this through here, let me get rid of this. This was a target that we had for crypto, 80,000. But, you know, look at this level, right? It is a key level. If we start breaking this, right, you've got to think the next logical level, right, will be in here, right? You've got some support through here. And like I always say, guys, if price like this, right, if price breaks a level, price breaks this level, it comes down to the next level. If it breaks that level, it comes down to the next level. If it breaks that level, it eventually comes down to the next level. So if it breaks this level, right, you know, logic will tell you that it's going to come down to this level, right? Because why does that happen? Because you know, between here and here, you don't have anything stopping price. And between here and here, you don't have anything stopping price, right? You need support and resistance levels to, you know, stop trades just flying down or flying up. There will be some resistance that the market has shown you previously, or some support, right? Now, you know, it's all about this level holding, right? And we've had a massive gap down as well. So I think that gap will get filled, right? But, you know, two things. If we get a big bearish candle that breaks this, I am still a Bitcoin seller, right? Potentially down to here. If we get a nice big bullish reaction, something like this, then, you know, I think this could be a really nice level to start buying Bitcoin, you know, from an investment point of view, right? It's not really a intraday trade, right? This would be, you know, not even swing trading. This would be like, if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, this would be an investment level to start buying Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin is cheap at this level, right? I'm just not interested in Bitcoin. But if I was, I think this would be a good level to buy it. And I'm not interested in Bitcoin because it's so volatile, right? And it's so susceptible to news, right? You know, the indices, right? You know, they can take a bit of a battering, right? They've overcome tariffs, they've overcome Trump, you know, they've overcome lots of things, and the indices are still pumping upwards. But Bitcoin isn't so robust. It's very delicate. It reacts very much to any fundamental geopolitical news that impacts it, right? So yeah, you know, that's why I don't trade Bitcoin. And for me, you know, I know currencies don't have fundamental value, right? As in euro against yen, right? Which is why I trade them intraday, right? I'm an intraday trader. I'm just, you know, just using data to determine where to take price, right? I'm not holding on to it because it has value. Whereas things like gold, right, has intrinsic value. People will hold on to it, right? Stocks, right, have intrinsic value, right? You've bought some of a company, but Bitcoin doesn't, right? And that's why I don't like it, and that's why Buffett doesn't like it. And Buffett, what's he called? What's his nickname? The Oracle from Omaha. Is that right? Yeah, he's not a big believer in it either. But look, you know, he's a dinosaur. I'm a bit of a dinosaur. Maybe crypto is the future, but it's just too volatile for me. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? So yeah, we've answered that one then. What do you think of the crypto? And Beshu, great informative Discord. Thank you, Beshu. I will pay you later. I am assuming you have joined the Discord and you are enjoying it. Right, what else are we looking at? Dan Laguna, if you were an Arsenal fan, you need something stronger than coffee. You try being a Liverpool fan at the moment. And S Zone here says, I know people who heavily invested in Bitcoin in 2025 still know they are just losing money due to this crash. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've said my piece on Bitcoin, really. Yeah, and this is very true, right? Oil and crypto are only an announcement away from a bad trade. Yeah, especially oil with everything going on in Iran. You just hear one headline to do with, you know, Iran calming down or things escalating. Oil would be, it will be off, right? And it's the same with crypto, right? You know, Trump, when he first came into administration, was very pro crypto, right? He wanted to be the crypto center of the world. And this led to this, right? But now he's gone a bit quiet, right? So, yeah. What else are we going to look at, guys? Right, what we're going to do now is how you can win $5,000. And all you need to do, guys, we've been talking about our free Discord quite a bit, and I'm going to show you one more room now. Apologize, TikTokers, that you cannot see this, but let me just quickly show everyone on YouTube. Yeah, if we go in this room, guys, all you need to do, okay, to enter the 5K challenge is join our Discord and then answer this question. And the question of the day is this: if you use an indicator, which indicator do you rely on the most when entering a trade and why? And we've already got a couple of comments so far. So yeah, go join our Discord, answer this question, and you will be entered into the draw for the $5,000 challenge. And we will announce the winner tomorrow. All right, so go ahead and do that, guys. Yeah, and also I just wanted to mention this because Brett wanted me to mention it, guys. So on Sunday, the live stream that is free to everyone on Discord has been moved to 12 p.m. UK time. It was 5 p.m. It's now 12 p.m. and that is a great live stream to set you up from the week. Share all the levels that that Brett and his indicator team are trading from. Right, what else are we looking at? So guys, please don't forget to get your questions over to me. If you don't use an indicator, Nero, then please explain why you don't. Okay, so there you go, you can enter. Right, guys, what we're going to do now is some training. This is like boot camp, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to randomly pick a bizarre. So somebody give me a really bizarre symbol, right? So we're going to analyze it using price action. Okay, so we're going to make sense of a chart that we normally wouldn't trade whatsoever. So if anyone can give me a bizarre asset to trade while I have a drink. While you're thinking of that, guys, please go check out the website. If you look above my head, on there you can get access to all of our premium trading education. I've waxed lyrical enough about Discord, but please come join that, guys. And then finally, please go check out our promotion with Pepperstone. If you sign up with Pepperstone, a world-class broker, using our link, we will give you a free TradingView subscription and we'll give you a free VIP subscription as well. So Euro US dollar is not that. VIX and US. Okay, let's have a look at US dollar ZAR. Is that the South African, right? Let's have a look at that. Right, South African rand. Let's take a look. the thing with US dollar is US dollar's so weak. So this just goes to show, right? So I'm glad you bought. What the hell is happening here? Let me just put that in again. Right, so this sums up the US dollar, right? US dollar is weak, but we have a big bullish weekly candle and we're very overextended. That is US dollar in a nutshell. And it doesn't really matter if it's euro, South African rand, pound, Swiss franc. It doesn't matter, right? The US dollar is exactly this, right? Overextended with big bearish, with big bearish candles in the opposite direction, or big bullish candles in this case. So let's not look at any US dollar pair. Okay, let's have a look at the VIX. I don't really look at the VIX. That's why. Yeah, so this is just, I don't use the VIX, guys, and this is not an asset to trade. This is just showing you volatility of the S&P. So we can't look at that one, guys. What else can I look at? Anyone else? Let's have a look at a stock. Why the hell not? All right, let's see what we can apply with. Is that right? GWNS. Good wins. Right, let's have a look at this. No, this is going well, isn't it? Okay, is that the Polish? Here we go, Polish zloty. I remember the zloty when I was in Poland. Went to a Polish wedding. It was very good, and beer was literally like 50p. It's the best wedding I've ever been to. Right, this is a good one. Dan Laguna, good stuff. Right, this is one we can get our teeth into because it's not US dollar. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do a top-down approach. So I'm just going to show you how price action can be applied to anything, because what price action is facts on a chart, and that's it. And then we crunch the facts to make an informed decision, right? And that's what we're going to do. Pound against the Polish zloty. I've never traded in my life, so this should be interesting, right? So on the weekly chart, let's all do this together, right? We're going to do a top-down approach. Still sweating from the coffee. So would you, very simple, guys, you've got three options. When you look at a chart, you've got three options. You can buy it, you can sell it. If you don't want to do either of those things, you stay out, right? So right now, everyone get involved, buy, sell, or stay out of this chart, and only this chart. We're just looking at the weekly first of all. So please leave your answer in the live chat. Okay, so Brett's saying it's a buy, Luigi a buy, The Rock. Is that Dwayne Johnson? Is that The Rock? I would love for it to be The Rock, the real Rock, or The Rock. Nicholas Sell, S-Zone buy, Dan Laguna stay out, Daniel buy. So bit of a mixed bag, right? We've got some buys. We've got mainly buys. Pooh Poppy, how are you? Stay out. Anyone else getting involved? It's not Dwayne Johnson. I love The Rock. I would like to go into The Rock's gym and have a little sesh with him. And then if someone could take me straight to A&E, because I think I'll need it. Right. Okay. So we've got a mixed bag here. Now, what this chart doesn't have is extra information, right? There's no support and resistance in here, right? So let's put a couple of levels in to support this idea. So now there's definitely, that is a level going through there. You've got a couple of outliers there, right? But that is a good level. You've got it here. There are a couple of outliers here, but look, if I join them up, there's no level there, right? So I ignore those outliers because basically they did react at this level. And this is the level where price is reacting, right? So yeah, I'd say that's enough for the time being. All the other levels I'm seeing are daily, but I would always put this in. The last weekly low is clearly, you know, a support level, right? So with the weekly, now this is tricky actually, right? Because we've put in our support and resistance levels, right? So we get a bit more information on our chart. Yeah, before I carry on, the rock is skinny nowadays. Yeah, what's gone on? Why does everyone want to be so skinny? Honestly, I prefer fat people than skinny. Don't be skinny, be fat. You've heard it here first. Ah, dear. Yeah, yes, he's got a bit too skinny, hasn't he? But anyway, let's get back to this. Now, market structure is tricky, right? Because I want to pinpoint highs and lows, right? So that's definitely a high. That's definitely a high. That's definitely a low. Now, for me, this and this, right, it isn't substantial enough, right, on the weekly. So this is the next low, right? Then is this substantial enough? Is that substantial enough? Right, it's tricky, right? I'm going to say no, they're not substantial enough. So, you know, and it will become clearer on the day chart, right? But on the weekly, this is not clear. And this is a perfect example of why you should look at multiple time frames, right? And this is going to beautifully illuminate that point, right? Now, for me, no, right? These are not quite levels, right? So we're kind of here, right? But we are kind of seeing higher lows, right? And we've got this level here, okay? So structure not super clear on the weekly. You could argue that is in an uptrend because we are getting higher lows. And especially if this breaks all of these highs in here, right? So market structure is a little tricky. It's so much so I'm really pondering what to do with this time frame. And if you take this long on a time frame, go to the next one, right? But what I am liking on the weekly are these bullish candles, right? Bullish candle, bullish wick, right? Buyers are taking control. And just look at this, okay? So if anything, this is I'm going to say it's a stay out stroke buy, which is pretty much what all of you said. Yeah, and he is probably off the roids, yeah. It's not what do they take? They take like them tranquilizers for rhinos or something, don't they? And bulks them up. That's what I'm on. Anyway, let's get back to this. Stop being silly. Right. So this is a stay out or buy for me. Okay. So bearing that in mind, there's the weekly done. Now let's go to the daily and you'll see what I mean. Right. Now things are a lot clearer. On that weekly, things were not that clear, right? Now, looking at, again, same question, guys, on the daily, Would you buy? Would you sell? Or would you stay out? Okay, it's the same question, guys. Get involved. Leave your answer in the live chat. So same question, guys. This is what I do. I do a top-down approach, gather data, crunch the data, and then we work out what we can do with it. And that's basically what we're doing together as one big happy family. Okay, so Poo Pop is saying I never trade through the 200 moving average, so stay out. Okay. I mean, we're looking at a very naked view of this chart, really. The only thing I have on it is our smart river, which is where price typically reacts. Yeah, and that's part of our price action indicator if you're interested. Right, so we've got stay out, buy, stay out, buy. I wouldn't go anywhere near this, buy, stay out, stay out. Right, but now let's look at the facts again. Now, we're talking about highs and lows. I'm just going to start here. I'm going to start here, really. Right, this is what's happening. Right, this is definitely a level in there. And then we've basically done that. That's market structure. So, because we're getting higher highs, we're in an uptrend, right? And remember the weekly, we'll do that in a minute. Let's finish off the daily, right? So uptrend, right? So we want to buy this. There's no ambiguity here. The weekly was a bit, is it this trend? Is it that trend? But here it's crystal bloody clear, right? And, you know, we have all of this room to move into. And this, you know, this big 4.95 thousand psychological level would be a good target, right? Now, the question is, do I want to buy it? And the answer is right now is no, right? There's not much value up here, right? But if we pull back, I would be interested. So let's start putting in a few support and resistance levels now, right? So we just want to keep putting the data into the chart. We want to take the data and I'm going to just make it a big level through there, right? Because that's what I'll become interested in there, right? So you've got touched, 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 right? This is a good support and resistance level, right? I know that's probably about 1 million pips, but doesn't matter. That's the zone that I'm interested in. So right now, daily is a stay out, right? There's no value yet. And remember, weekly was stay out stroke buy. So ultimately, guys, this is a stay out, right? But please bear in mind, I do this analysis every single morning. And I do this analysis and put all of my trade ideas into the Discord. So come join it. You're welcome to the trades, right? They're free. Take them. We don't always get an entry, but the ideas are there, right? So for me, it's a stay out. So this wouldn't go down onto my list of, you know, potential trades. Now, what we can do is this, right? Now, if price pulls back into here, I am very much interested in buying this, like really, really interested. If it was just a daily trade and we got a pull back into here, I would still look to put my stop loss below that, you know, ideally below that, but that would be enough. I'll tell you what's a good area to put your stop loss, and that is below our smart river. So you can see our smart river there. If price comes back into it, right, we can start buying in here, and below this smart river is a good area for stop losses. right? Then I'm interested. But right now, there's no trade. And if we just do the last bit, guys, just before we finish, you know, the H4. Do you really want to be buying something up here? The answer is no, right? So we need a pullback, and then it's very much a buy trade. And you can apply this to any asset, right? Now, stocks, I would say, obey technicals less. Bitcoin, to a point, obeys technicals less. But, you know, precious metals, indices, Forex, right? They're based on price action, right? So, yeah, there you go, guys. As always, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash that like button. Please come join me tomorrow for more of the same. And don't forget to enter the $5,000 draw. Okay, so go onto the Discord, answer that question, and we'll reveal tomorrow's winner. All right, guys, see you later.